life and style made simple. Today I'm hoping I can simplify your life by helping you identify your style. 5 tools that will help you kind of get a little closer as to who you are, what your clothes say about you, what you say about you. And so please stay tuned, watch this video all the way through, and I hope something helps. Identify the people who influence you, whether it's celebrities or style bloggers. Who are the people that you like? And not necessarily style-wise, but who do you resonate with? Whether it's in beliefs or passions. A lot of times these are the people that we tend to identify with. So that could actually help you figure out, okay, I like her sophistication, I like her class, or I like her being more open. She's more free-spirited. She exuberates color. A lot of times we are attracted to people that are more so like us. So that's a great way of really kind of figuring out your style personality. It's just to maybe kind of look and see the people that influences you, and then what's the common denominator? Are there some similarities between these 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people that influence you the most? And of course, it does not necessarily have to be any big time influencers. It could be, someone at your church, someone at your job, just people that actually inspire you. My second tip is to create a mood board. So if you know me or if you follow me, you know that I am very big on mood boards. This is like one of the key central pieces that I use in all of my styling projects. I always make sure I submit a mood board to my clients just to make sure that what they're thinking, what I'm thinking comes to life, and I do it in a visual way. So the cool thing about mood boards is that over time, whether you're pinning housing or you're pinning food recipes or your style page, there's going to always be a common denominator. And what I like to kind of see, and what I usually actually incorporate into my styling assessments for my clients, is just kind of see everything that you desire, everything that you want to do. What is the commonality between those things? So say for instance, if you have, a board full of chic, shabby home decor, and then your style board is kind of chic, shabby too, then we know that this is kind of who you are. You're very feminine. You like certain types of color palettes, and you like certain types of things. You like diamonds, you like things that are dainty, so on and so forth. So this is just kind of a way for you to kind of start looking at it just a little bit beyond pinning pieces, or just pinning things. See what the similarities are between your mood boards, assuming that you're on Pinterest. Everybody should be on Pinterest. And if you're not, try it out. Pinterest is a great place to kind of get some great ideas for all aspects of life. It's like me personally, I kind of like a minimalistic type of home. I like clean lines. I like everything very modern, maybe a pop of color here and there. Well, what do you see? Clean lines, very modern, pop of color. It goes together. You guys may not completely believe me, but just try it and see. I guarantee you. So number 3 is style quizzes. There are a plethora of style quizzes online, and my favorite word to style identity is common denominator. So no matter how many style quizzes that you take, your answers are going to probably always be very similar, and so therefore that will actually be one of the best tools to utilize to kind of help you identify your style, to help you kind of say, okay, I guess I am a little bit more boho, or I'm a combination of bohemian and classic. I like certain pieces, which that would be kind of weird, but it's possible. We don't just remain in one box. We don't fit in just one style. I think we are all very much dimensional people. And so I think it's worth trying out. So take about 5, 6, 20. Take as many style quizzes as you want to. It will eventually kind of answer as to who you possibly are. Number 4 point, which is window shop. Now when I say window shop, I'm saying when you go to the mall or when you go to the stores and they have like their outfits all put outside on the windows, who are you drawn to the most? Are you drawn to Zara? Are you drawn to Banana Republic? Are you drawn to Free People? A lot of times we will go into a mall and we're just like, I just want this, I just want that. But sometimes it's the brands that tell us who we are. So if you know that you're more of a modern or a conservative or a little bit more classic, you may be drawn to brands such as Gap or Banana Republic. Like I said, if you're a little bit more boho or a little bit more kind of free going and you kind of resonate with the bohemian style, then Free People, Anthropologie, maybe some of the stores that you go to. So that's something to consider too, is when you go shopping, when you go to the stores, what are the stores that you go to the most, or what are the stores that grab your attention the most? Because 9 times out of 10, they probably will have most of the things that you would wear, which could actually help you identify who you are, or what your style voice is. We're gonna go with your style voice. All right, last but not least, number 5, my personal favorite, Throwback Thursdays. I call it Throwback Thursdays because, you know, at the end of the day, we are still who we always have been. No matter how much change or how much adversity or how much life has thrown at us, there's still always that little girl in us that we will always be. I know for me personally, I've always been attracted to Euro, Japanese kind of fashion and style, and I remember always getting style magazines at a younger age, more so like high school, and I always remember wanting to incorporate these things, and I tried to play with those things through college, and some things were cool, a lot of things didn't work out. And so don't neglect. Go back and look at some of your old college pictures. Go back and look at some of your old high school pictures and just kind of revisit that person, and what was that person like at that time, and what did you like about that person, and how did that person feel when they got dressed? You know, again, everybody's story may not be the same. We've all made bad fashion choices, but there's still that person that's in us, and I think that's what helps us, or that's what could help you differentiate yourself from the next person who may like shabby chic. You know, it's all about taking these things and making them a lot more personal, a lot more applicable, and definitely to help us. So, wrap up, check out who influences you. Do a couple of mood boards. Find the similarities between your mood boards. Take a few style quizzes. That will definitely help you narrow down your style identity. Window shop. What brand speaks to you? What brands speak to you? What brands do you resonate with? Whose stores do you prefer to shop in? And last but not least, who are you? Always remain a big portion of who you are and who you always have been. There's always room for elevation. Lord knows that I've evolved, I've changed in so many aspects of my life. But there's a big part of me that's still the same. I'm very much a creator. I very much like to experiment in fashion. I'm just a lot more refined. So please take those 5 tips in consideration, and I hope they actually work. Feel free to email me, and if you still are having a hard time discovering your personal style, you can contact me at torishelea.com. I will go through the full assessment process with you and help you get your style brand together, girl. We're gonna look good, we're gonna feel good. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you back. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and come